everyone. This is Shane Morand here with Kinesis. I guess we're going to start over here. Live from the vault. Welcome to the Kinesis global community, wherever you are dialing in from around the world, whether you're listening to live right here, right now, or you're watching an important replay. My name is Shane Morand, and I'll be your host for today's webinar. And I'm grateful to be involved in it's a historical monetary system known as Kinesis. And it's just not a monetary system, it's actually a movement. Whether you're struggling financially right now, having hard times making ends meet, or maybe you are doing very well, or maybe even a millionaire, or even a multimillionaire, wherever you are, I believe the information that you're going to receive today and just learning more and more about Kinesis will not only help you personally, will not only benefit you personally, but anyone you know who holds, sends, or spends money, all right? And so that's really, I want to just take a second here to thank the CEO of ABX and Kinesis, Mr. Thomas Coughlin, and his world-class Kinesis corporate team. They've put together this revolutionary new monetary system for everyone's benefit. And so for the first time in history, the average person who has never even thought that they could be involved in something that can own gold, real gold, physical gold, never even had a consideration of buying even a gram of gold or an ounce of silver, can now position themselves, can now position their families in front of this massive movement that's quickly changing not only the way people use money, but more importantly, the way people think about money. And so the purpose of this live from the Vault webinar series and all the episodes that we're putting together really is to help you advance your knowledge in this revolutionary monetary system. And I want to remind everyone, we're talking about everything is based on physical gold and silver, okay? Everything is based on physical gold and silver. So we record these episodes from time to time. And so you could be listening to this live if you're there live now, or if you're listening to the replay. But we make them available for everyone to watch and rewatch and send to their friends or family or people that you know that are involved with Kinesis through your my.kinesis.money dashboard. So just go to my.kinesis.money, sign up for a free account, and you'll have access to the dashboard where these webinars will be shown. And we bring you up to date from things like sales and marketing, some housekeeping or troubleshooting, some announcements that you're going to get today. I'm fired up and excited. Don't go anywhere. We've got the CMO, Chief Marketing Officer, Mr. Bifulco, on the call with us, and we're going to go to him in a few seconds here. And so, so we're joined by our CMO, Chief Marketing Officer of Kinesis, Mr. Bifulco. Stay tuned because he's got some awesome updates. You're not going to want to miss this. You're going to want to get this information out to the people you know, people or companies or government organizations that hold or send or spend money. You want to get them this information. So as we, what else did I want to just before we get started today, I just wanted to just take a quick reminder for everyone that Kinesis, this entire monetary system is just getting started. Everyone is just learning. So if you don't get frustrated with going in and trying to figure out everything, we've put together a series of learning videos that you have access to at my.kinesis.money. And there's 11 short video training series that will step you through step by step on how the whole system comes together. So everyone's learning. That's why we wanted to put this together, bring you updates as we go along here. But this entire system is new. Just wanted everyone to, don't get frustrated with this. And you just want to make sure that now is the time where you position yourself and you start learning, because as you're going to hear in a few minutes, the whole system is all coming together and integrating. So you'll be able to see how each and every part comes together to form this awesome monetary system and how you can benefit, more importantly. So I just want to leave you with this quick just reminder. This is just a reminder. If you've seen some of these videos in the past, you know that there are 4 yields that you've got to memorize. These yields. This is the yields that are coming to you depending on what your participation level is. So for example, there's a holder's yield. If you just want to hold physical gold or physical silver for the first time in history, Kinesis will help you generate a yield just for holding gold that's titled to you, to your name or your company name. Also, that's the first, is the holder's yield. The second yield is the minter's yield, where you can actually take gold, physical silver, and you can mint into digital currency. Okay, you can digitalize that physical gold or physical silver, and the minters, because there can only be one minter per coin, right? Only one minter could give birth to that coin, and so that minter will receive a monthly yield, month after month after month. That's the minter's yield. That means it's the yield that goes to the people that create or give birth or mint the currency into existence. Hope that makes sense, and I hope you're excited. It's never been done. This has never been done, all right, in history. That's why people say, how does that work again? When you spend money, how can you get paid? We're going to go into all of that. Number 3 yield is the KVT yield, and that is really it's basically the KVTs are a token that you could get on the exchange. Go ahead to the exchange, and I recommend at least one if you are a non-US resident. Okay, if you are a US resident, you have to be accredited. It's the only country in the world that you need to be accredited to purchase the KVTs. But if you're a non-US resident, then you can go ahead and purchase KVTs. There's only 300,000 of them, and you can get them on the exchange. And what happens is a portion of every transaction globally goes towards those KVT holders every single month, all right? And finally, there's the referral yield. Number 4 is the referral yield, and that is through your personalized link. You can send someone, a friend, a family member, someone that you know, you can send them your link, and if they open up a wallet, that wallet is forever attached to that one referrer, and there's a 7.5% yield that comes back to the referrals on people that you personally, or companies or government organizations that you personally refer, all right? So there you go, how to get started. So there's the 4 yields. Hope you memorize them by now. The 4 steps are very simple. And this is, a lot of people ask, well, how do I introduce it? You know, really, you want to send your personal link and get your prospects, instead of trying to explain what Kinesis is. There's a 10-minute movie called Gold that you can send to your friends, and they can watch the Gold movie. And when they click to get started, if they're on your referral link, then that becomes your referral. So watch the 10-minute movie, create a free KMS wallet. You need a wallet is always step 1. You need a wallet, because that free wallet is what everything is attached to. That's how Kinesis knows where to pay those yields, okay, who to pay those yields. So you got to have a wallet. So that's step number 2, have a wallet. Number 3 is create a free learn and earn account with the 11 videos. And how you do that is go to my.kinesis.money once you have your wallet, and all you do is click on create account. That's it. And just put your name and email address in, and the system will remember you from your wallet, all right? And the final step 4 is, once you have your learn and earn account, you know, buy a minimum of 1 KVT if you can, or activate your account with a gram of gold, with a gram of real gold, right? So with that, through the Kinesis exchange, with that, the question is, who would be interested in Kinesis? And that's any person, any company, any government organization who holds, sends, or spends money. All right. Who do you know who holds, sends, or spends money? So today our special guest is, and I'm fired up and excited to have the privilege of having the one and only Mr. Jai Bifulco on the call. He is the Chief Marketing Officer at Kinesis, and of course he's affectionately known as the Samurai Marketer. All of the marketing collateral comes from Jai's team, who are positioned all over the world too, all over the world. So with that, it's my pleasure and my honor to introduce to you with some awesome updates, Mr. Jai Bifulco. Jai, are you there? There he is.
Hello, Shane. Thank you for the lovely introduction, as usual.
All right.
Okay, so can everybody hear me? Can you hear me okay?
Perfect.
Excellent. Right, so there's a lot to get through here today. Hello, everybody, and welcome, and thank you for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you, as always. Today is a very, very busy day. We're currently working through some really cool launch stuff, which I'll update you in a little minute. Yeah, it's been very busy. It's been a very successful day for us today. So I'm going to sort of, probably finish this webinar up in the next sort of 15 minutes, 20 minutes, but I'm just going to try and punch out a whole bunch of information that will hopefully keep you updated and send you off into a good Christmas period, or holiday period, I should say. So I'll get started. So I'll give you some quick updates just in regards to the first 500, the learning management system we put together. Currently, we're at 6,100 people that are signed up to that, and now we're at over 5,200 people which have completed the lessons. So thank you to everyone who has watched the 11 videos. And it's quite a large number of people that are watching. And one of the key figures that's standing out for me at the moment is that 333 people have referred more than one person, which is exceptional. So thank you very much for participating. But now's not the time to stop. Now's the time to keep going, to share those videos, because in the new year, as Shane mentioned before, we're going to have the suite of products come together in a very unified and cohesive way, which is going to sort of bring Kinesis as a very usable and friendly and easy system to use. So now's the time to do a little bit of the work to educate, your people, your friends, your family, and whoever it is that you want to talk to Kinesis about, so that, when all these things are live, you'll start seeing the benefit of obviously the referrers yield and obviously the first 500 competition too, where, you really want to sort of grab those KVTs. Because, the KVT value obviously comes from the system and the use, and all the commercial deals that are sort of ticking away in the background, and the things that you've been hearing over all the webinars that we run are absolutely still happening and are still in play. And, a lot of things at this level, when you're sort of building a monetary system, take a little bit longer sometimes than we would like, but they do happen and are happening and will happen. And the idea is to get ahead of that, and that's where you're going to derive the most value, especially for KVT holders and for the early referrers. It's an opportunity to get involved, at the ground level here. So don't forget that. This is something that we're all very hard and passionately working through, and it's something just to remember. So I'll give you some key updates here with what's going on. So today is all about the mobile app. I've got some great news. We're through development of the beta, which is great. It means we have now a fully developed mobile app, which is the Kinesis Exchange, which is the platform itself on iOS and on Android, which is exceptional. And we do have a current beta audience, which is essentially been filled up now. We've got every single beta tester that we need for the current time being. So thank you for everybody that inquired. We have a multitude of testers that we're currently just getting through a list at the moment. And later today, we're going to get an email out to everybody, and you'll be able to download the Kinesis app on your Android device or your iOS, and you'll be able to start playing with it in a staging environment. So I'll give you some quick facts and a few different things that you should know about this beta. So the beta is definitely ready to launch today. We're calling this beta phase 1, which is essentially an environment that we've put together now as a staging environment that mimics the production environment, but allows us to fund your account with Ethereum and Euro and US dollars, KAU and KAG. Allows us to fund that account with test funds so that you can play and experience the Kinesis Exchange without having to use your own money. This is a true test environment, and it is designed to mimic the production environment, all bar having the liquidity and the market making going in there, and real orders. It's all orders that are simulated. And that brings me to the next point. We do have a team running in the background, placing orders on that environment, that staging environment, just so you have the sense of market depth, and you'll be able to execute trades and see how trades are executed against that depth. And one thing to take note of, and this is something that we'll be introducing, officially on the KMS, but on this beta, we have a market price for KAU, which is the price of a gram of gold, or KAG, which is the price of an ounce of silver, and we have the market price variance of 30%. So, the new limit orders on the app will not be able to take a trade on a gram of gold for $2, for instance. If you're more than the range of 30% out of a market price, the exchange automatically recognizes, well, hang on a second, this is not right. This is not a real order. It's a bit of a dummy order. and it won't execute on that. So we're creating a few parameters there just to keep the right pricing in the exchange, which is definitely an update that's great for everyone and the system as well. And it stops certain things happening. The market orders won't be on the app when the market orders get reintroduced on the Kinesis exchange on the desktop platform. It will simultaneously be launched on the beta as well. So as we're putting stuff out on our production environment, the beta will also evolve alongside, because remember, that staging environment will match that production environment. And as we get your feedback, and as we make progression with the market orders or variants, in different sort of additions and evolutions that we do to the UI, the UX, we'll also implement that down to the app as well. So you'll have that experience. We have a full customer support team. Our development partner, Shockworks, have been brilliant in providing a multitude of services, and we've now got another customer service team that is outside of the London office that will be monitoring the Google Play and Apple stores. So when you've got your test flight, or when you've got your Android application and you're on the Google Play Store, you'll literally be able to just submit that feedback straight on that Google Play Store to the developer, and the developers will have a customer support team there filtering through, putting all that feedback and submitting it to them, and that will get worked through and fed back and assessed. And as we assess that, we'll obviously implement the things that are important or take on board the things that that you're saying. So this is a time for you to have your say. So all the beta testers, we do thank you, and we look forward to this this next phase. And from there, this is phase one on the staging environment. Where we're going to go from there is into a beta phase 2. Which is then when we'll move the app from a staging environment or platform to what we call a production environment, which is essentially a live environment. It means that now it's going to be running against the liquidity provider. Real orders will be coming through. It'll be plugged in a production environment. And then that is when you can start to actually interact and use it as you would the normal product. So it'll be live, but it will be live to a select audience. We'll open up phase 2 to more people. Once we've implemented all the feedback from the beta phase 1. So we've kept it small in phase 1, and phase 2 will open it up more. It'll be production. It will be a chance for everybody to start having a little bit of a play. And by the time phase 2 comes out, we're anticipating this will be quite a good user experience. The app's looking great. It works. It's lovely. And I know that everyone's going to really enjoy the user experience of using that mobile application. It's certainly an improvement and an evolution as to where we are now, and a sign of where we're going. We're evolving, and we're hearing you as well, and we're taking along the feedback. And as things come and different things happen, we are quick to react and change. And we have a very, very long roadmap. We have sort of too much to fit into a year at the moment. So we're actually sort of looking at where our priorities are, and all of the things that are coming are going to be really key, highly effective and highly impactful things for the exchange and for the platform, and I'm sure you're going to love it. So it's going to be an interesting year ahead on that. And from there, after the phase 2, we will then push it out to a launch. So obviously this is a little bit different to how we've launched in the past, more structured. We have a lot more developers on board. We have, a great CTO, or an interim CTO. We have a great team, great tech team, a lot of people on there, a lot of bodies, many departments, and the whole thing's coming together in a really nice and organized way. And as time goes on, you'll see our releases and our fixes and all of the things that make the technology good improve and improve and improve and improve. And that's our goal, is to, obviously push through the tech, the idea and the vision of what Kinesis truly is. So that's all happening. I'm excited to announce that, and I hope the beta testers have fun with that over the Christmas period, and in the new year, everyone will be able to have a play. So just on some other news there. I'm seeing some questions as well, and what I'll do is I'll take 5 minutes at the end to answer some of these questions. Okay. but I'll answer them at the end. So what we have here is XL Trip is now live, so you can now book hotels and flights and things like that by using KAU, which is great news. It's a real world case. It's a real world use case for Kinesis, and it just shows how we can integrate. And it shows, if you look back through some of the partnerships that we've got, like on our partners page where you see the Wi-Fi pass, which is something that I'll be excited to announce to you guys in the new year, or you look at, say, Ticket Socket, or you look at some of the other providers that we're dealing with. These are all partners that what we'll be doing is integrating Kinesis currencies into as a preferred currency, as a preferred choice. And what we're going to do is, when we integrate with partners like that, we make it a win-win for the user to use Kinesis with that service provider, because both of them go hand in hand, and there'll be a bigger benefit to the user to be interacting with the currency on that platform than not. So the XL Trip sort of demonstrates how that can work in the travel way, but it can also be applied to any other sort of commercial business, and you'll see more and more and more of those come as a lot of the relationships and commercial things that we've been working on can actually filter through, and we can actually pick that development up on our back end. So that's why we've been expanding a lot of that technology on the back end, is so we can have a high velocity and output on being able to deliver tech on that sort of side of things as well. So you've got many areas where the technology and the business needs to sort of seamlessly integrate and work. And so it's a bit of a beast, and it's good. And we're really looking good in the new year, and we're coming to a really good place on that. Cool Wallet is, well, I mentioned it last time. Cool Wallet is now basically live. I'm currently doing, and my team is currently doing just some user testing, going through the process of signing up and buying the product and reading and just making sure that everything's tip-top for when we launch. We will be launching it officially in January, in the new year, just when the whole team's back from holidays and all the app stuff's sort of done and everything like that. We'll get the Cool Wallet live, so that will be with you, within weeks. We've had some questions. Will the Cool Wallet, will you be able to buy it with KAU and KAG? Well, of course. We wanted to make that a priority of ours. So we've developed a custom plugin where you can actually purchase the Cool Wallet using your KAU or KAG. So directly from your wallet, you confirm the price and you can do that. But we'll also accept debit card as well, and we'll introduce other payment options as we go. So that's another thing. And obviously the Cool Wallet with the payment plugin now and the interface to be able to accept payments and put products up will serve us well in being able to deliver other things on that site as well. So we will end up having a multitude of products, and then obviously in the new year, as alluded to in the blueprint, we look to sort of move above and beyond into things like the Kinesis Commercial Center, which we'll give you more of an update on all of that sort of stuff at a later stage. And that's basically it for the core things I wanted to talk about. But I just wanted to give you some basic general updates before we close off. These webinars that Shane is doing, it's been great in explaining with the Learn and Earn. We'll be taking on a new face. Obviously, these are all recorded. So we've explained a lot about, the 4 steps and, the minters, the holders and the referrers and the KBT yields. And we don't want to just keep going on about the same stuff. So what we've done is we're changing the format. So this will be the last in this series of webinars, finishing off the year. We will close off these webinars for now, and in the new year, we'll announce a new series. And that series will essentially be live from the vault, but they're going to be more demo-based. They're going to be more interactive, where I'm actually going to get on and various other people will start to come in. We did mention guest speakers, but the timing wasn't there for it. So what we're going to do now is more demo-based stuff where I'll walk you through the exchange. We'll walk you through a minting process. We'll walk you through various different things to help educate our audience and to show people how easy it really is to be using Kinesis. And as we develop more and more, and as we release more and more releases, I'll be personally taking you through those releases so that you know what it means. If we release a new order screens, or we release new pairs, or we release a new function of the mint or whatever, this will be a forum where we can actually show you what would be the impact and the implication of that? How do you use it to your advantage and all that type of thing? So this new series of webinars will be coming in the new year, and we'll announce them in early January. Okay, so we have also more pairs coming. I know I mentioned it last webinar, but Bitcoin will be on its way. We'll have more currencies coming on as well, currency crosses. That's all in play. Easier payment solutions are high on our list, where it's not necessarily you don't need to be getting on the exchange to be interacting with Kinesis. So on our roadmap is definitely a very simplified way to send and receive KAU. We see this as a great priority for providing accessibility, in the unbanked and underbanked places, but just as well in general, like over UK and Europe, a very simple process for sending money rather than having to, use the exchange and get on there and do all of that is definitely a priority for us. So we're going to make it very simple, very easy. I mean, all these things will come throughout the year. We're also going to be improving the experience for minters. Remember, we've got the KMS, we've got the exchange, we've got the Kinesis app. There's also the mint. Obviously, we can't do everything at once, but the mint will come into a mobile experience eventually, and the mint will get improved. And when it comes to actually minting, we know that many of you out there on the exchange, will mint, sell on the exchange for an increased price, take your position on a minter's yield, and then sell, and then come back in and then mint again. So it's called mint cycling. I think the term's been coined, where you mint on the exchange, sell, refund your mint account, and go over, and you can use and keep going around and round and round and round. Getting a higher and higher and higher and higher proportion against the total metal pool for your minter's yield. So we're going to make that really easy for you to do. And, we hear you, we watch, the comments, and that's all in play. And a lot of development will be coming in that area as well. And more on that, we'll be working on merchant services for funding your accounts too. So in the new year, obviously we want you to be able to fund your accounts with a debit card. Rather than a bank deposit every time, so that you've got the option for quick funding. So that'll be coming as well. And this is all in play, and discussions are happening. And we're just looking for the right commercial partner there. And we've got some great meetings set up for January on that, and then that will obviously come naturally as it would any other business. The merchant facility is on its way. So so that's that. And many of you have been asking about the webinar, the corporate webinar that I mentioned the other week with Tom. Tom very much wanted to do the webinar and still will. With it being the silly season and everybody running around, Tom's been, doing some crazy travel. It hasn't been possible to do it, at this point in the year, but he will absolutely make it a priority in early January, once everything comes back to normal after Christmas and everyone's, back together. What we'll do is we'll run that webinar, and we have a very, I know the ambassadors and various people in Kinesis have put together a really big list of what they would like to hear updates on. So, I have that sitting there in my documents, and we'll make sure we give a webinar and we address all of the finer details and all of the points. And that'll be coming from Tom himself. And we'll probably have people on there like Eric and Alejandro, and we'll introduce some other people and partners we've been working with on that webinar. And you'll get a really in-depth look at what's going on there. So that's coming in January. And also in January, to finish up, we will be releasing another version of the website. We looked at the information architecture here in marketing and spending a lot of time doing that. And the information architecture of the website will now help people focus on various parts of Kinesis depending on where they sit, whether it is for personal or for institutional or for governments or investors or so there'll be a more easier user experience on the website where people will be able to gain a better experience in getting the information quicker depending on who they are. So that's all sort of happening as well. And that's really what I wanted to cover off with you guys today. And I just wish you a happy holidays. And, there's a short webinar, but I think there's some good updates. And I think we're going to have some great feedback on the app. And I hope everyone's excited on the beta test. And anyone that didn't get on the beta test, don't worry. We'll get you on it in the new year. Once we've done this first round, you'll be quite welcome to come onto that phase 2. And you can get all your feedback in there. So, yeah. I'm going to finish up here, and thank you very much for your time, and I'll just pass you on to Shane to finish off.
All right. Thank you, Jai. I told you this is going to be an awesome call. This is amazing. Great. Thanks for all that information. And I just wanted to wrap up here by also wishing everyone a happy holiday season. We can't wait. 2020 is going to be historical. It's going to be a massive, massive year. So I'm happy that all of you are on the journey with us and look forward to seeing you in 2020. All right. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Jai. Awesome. Bye for now.
What was said, it ain't a fact. He turned around and took it back. Gotta make her own mind, gotta take her own time. But if you play their game, you lose. And like a bird, your wallet's gone.